test press conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this press conference after Octagon 63. We've seen amazing fights, amazing performances. We have some news about what's coming next in the universe of Octagon. Let me introduce the fighters at the first round of the press conference. And they are Cigánik, Aron AB, Zumagulov, Lapilus, Elonen, Paulus and Veronika Smolková. And right now, I give the floor to the journalists. The first question is for Tomáš Cigánik. First of all, congratulations. I'd like to come back to the second round and the choke. How deep was it there? And could you describe it? Well, yes, I can. In situations like this, well, this happens a lot during training. You could ask Roman Paulus. He chokes like a madman. And I know how to handle it for a long time. But he really was deep. It was very tight. And I had to hold on strong. I had to start working because if I didn't move out of it, he would have finished it. He's a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and he knows how to do this. But I kept on fighting, and I knew there's still a chance. There's still a moment when you have to fight and really give it your hardest and go beyond the line. And that's what happened. I got out of it, but it was very, very close. I'd like to start at the left. You stopped your career, so congratulations on your amazing career, on what you've achieved in MMA. But my question is this. Did you know before that this would be your last fight, or did you decide it normally, just on the spot?
I was thinking about it before, but I wasn't sure that I'm going to end the career. I was thinking about that I'm gonna fight then and see how it feels, and I felt the same stuff that I have felt before, that I have like lose the spark, and now it's time to do something else.
And a question for Aaron AB. In the first round, you had a big cut at the back of your head. There was a medical timeout there as well. And between the rounds, there was a medical check. How hard did you have to convince the doctor to let you keep fighting?
I felt like, obviously, she did want to stop it, but it was at the back of my head. It wasn't affecting my vision. It wasn't like going into my eyes or anything, and I told her I was fine and I wanted to carry on. So a few of those conversations, and she respectfully let me carry on. So yeah, props to her for allowing me to do that as well, because like when I go in there, I'm going in there to give it my all, and I'm still alive, so I'll still keep fighting.
Question for Žalgas. This was your first fight in Octagon, in this organization. It was a successful debut. And how would you rate your premiere? What was the atmosphere like? And what is the organization like in your eyes?
Бой, конечно, мне понравился. Я подрался на все 5 баллов, показал то, что и в стойке хорошо дерусь, и борюсь. Конечно, жалко было то, что судья не остановил. Я думал, лучше было бы, если остановили этот бой, потому что я уже вижу, сколько крови вышло, и поэтому начал жалеть и больше начал бороться с ним.
No, osobitne ocenujem na 5 z 5.
But 5 out of 5 stars, that's my rating. I was waiting for them to stop the fight, and I didn't want to continue. And that's why I laid down in the third round. And to continue with Roman, this year you have 3 wins on submission. And would you take another short notice before the end of the year? And how would you rate your year in your career, which went undefeated? Well, yeah, it's very positive. I want to keep on fighting as long as I'm healthy. And when you're healthy, you can do what you like. What's fun for you? It was great. I had a fight in January in Octagon, then I had a long break for about 6 months. There was no fight there. Then I took a fight in PML, and now this. It was very great. I could take another short notice fight, but I need to get my hand checked out because it really hurts. I don't know if it's just a bad hit or if it's a broken bone, but I can really feel it. So I don't really know if there's a short notice in me right now, but if I could, I would. But right now I want to take some time to relax, maybe take a breather. But I'm not opposed to another fight because I really like it. It's my life. We will see, but it's hard to answer your question right now. But all in all, my rating is very positive. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. And last question for Veronika Smolková. You had the fastest finish of tonight, and you were not considered the favorite, according to the odds. So what do you say to the fact that the bookies had it differently? Well, I wasn't surprised because my opponent last defeated Magdalena Šormová, so I was expecting that. But I believed in myself, my coaches believed in me, and it went the way it was supposed to. One more question to Veronika. Ondra spoke about last year's loss. This year, 3 wins, 3 finish-ins. You're dominant. What did you change in your training, or why do you think this changed? Well, I know I lost the first fight, but that was because of my mental game. So since then, I really worked hard on my thoughts. And I can feel that I've really progressed a lot in that area. And that's probably why I'm doing better now, and I can feel I really improved. You're very aggressive, you really are going for the finish. How do you set that up in your head? Well, it's a part of me. I'm probably just like that, that's what it is. And a question for Roman Paulus. You were a big favorite, according to the fans, and the fight was very difficult. Did you expect that Kuma would be this difficult? Yeah, I did expect him to be very tough. We saw it in his fight against Tichota. That was a 3-round fight, or a fight with Basharat. That was also really tough, so I knew this would be a very difficult fight. And I was a little bit surprised. As I said, my hand is really hurting right now. He's a really top-notch fighter. He has a lot of experience, so I didn't underestimate him. And I don't know what the bookies were thinking. If I was supposed to be the favorite, I didn't really care about that. I just focused on my own, on myself, and I didn't think about anything else. Because when you let this enter your head, this could actually destroy you mentally. So I didn't really think about this. I was just focusing on my performance. A question to Žalgas. In UFC, you had many close losses. So what are you looking for in your octagon career?
Да, в UFC у меня много было спорных боев, но все знают то, что эти бои я все выиграл. Да, я проиграл судьям. Касательно октагона, я настроен на чемпионский бой. В февраль месяце я готов подраться.
Yes, officially I had losses in the UFC, but I think everybody knew that I had won those matches. And when it comes to Octagon, I'm ready, and I'll be fighting since February. How much did you take a look at the fighters in the Octagon? Do you have any names in your head that you would like to fight next?
Я думаю, с чемпионом. Я именно с ним хочу подраться. Потому что чемпион проиграл тому, кого я выиграл.
I'd like to fight a champ. The champ who is now Sam Creasy. Thanks. One more question for Lapilus. After the fight, you called out Samsonidze. Is there a reason for that?
Bonsoir à tous. Il n'y a aucune raison par rapport au fait que je le call out. Je suis un combattant, avec une bonne expérience et je viens forcément me frotter au meilleur de la catégorie. Donc voilà pourquoi je l'ai cité lui, il est le numéro 1 des 66 kilos, donc c'est lui que je veux affronter.
Good evening, everybody. There's no specific reason when I call out this fighter. I'm a fighter also, and I want to prove everybody that I'm the best in the division. So that's why I say that at the end of the fight, and I want to show everybody that I'm here for a reason.
A jenom otázku úplně mimo, jestli si vlastně všimnul, že
Did you notice that you had two finishes because the referee was also finished during the fight? Did you notice that?
Je suis vraiment désolé pour l'arbitre. J'ai pas fait exprès, c'était dans le feu de l'action. J'ai continué mon action, mais j'espère qu'il va bien. Et après, on est des combattants et quand on est dans le feu de l'action, on fait pas attention.
I just want to say that I'm very sorry for the referee about that. But you know, in the fight, many things can happen, and I didn't really mean to do anything to the referee because he was on the way, and I think he's really okay right now, and I wish him the best recovery.
First one from me for Aaron. When you walked out, the fans were so loud. It felt like you brought an army from Wrexham here to Bratislava. So tell me a little bit about them.
Yeah, you know, I think there's around 70 of them who have travelled over to come support me, and I've had that support from day one, and I've got it now, and it really does mean a lot, especially like when you're out here now. It's your first time fighting on one of these octagon cards abroad, and you're able to hear them, hear the Wrexham songs, hear the Aaron Abbey songs. That really does mean a lot to me, and I'm so grateful for them coming to support me, you know, wherever I go.
Absolutely. And even though you didn't get the win, the heart you showed once again was absolutely fantastic. What does the future hold for you in Octagon?
I don't know. I signed a new contract, so I'm here. Like I feel Octagon's my home. I love fighting for them. I love the shows, the organisations, the staff and everything. I'm grateful to be here, and now it's just back to the drawing board and back to work again. Nothing changes. Just keep looking to improve.
And last question from me. This could possibly be a ridiculous suggestion, but I was just thinking about weight categories. Hypothetically, could you cut down an extra 10 pounds if Octagon ever started a strawweight division? Or would that be impossible?
No, that was something I remember. Like I spoke about with my team. This is going back years about going down to 52. But it was a better, smarter option to try and build size and keep looking to improve. There's more fights at flyweight. There's bigger divisions, so it makes sense for me to be here. Thank you.
Darius Netky SK má prvú otázočku na Veroniku.
Question for Veronica.
Fakt si sa tam ukázala.
You really showed out in the fight. Do you have any names you would like to fight in the future? I really don't care. Anybody who wants to fight me, I will fight. But Alvarez would be nice.
Otázku mám na Arona.
Also a question for Aaron.
In the octagon, when you continued the fight after the injury, my first question is, what was that big motivation about keep you running until the decision?
Just quitting's not in me. I feel like growing up, I was always brought up never to quit and to always give everything you got. And like while I'm alive, I'm going to keep fighting. Like when I go in there to give it my all every time, and I just won't quit. I just can't quit. And that's why I'll never be a quitter, because it's just not in me. Thank you.
And the last question is for Elonen. I'm curious about the plans for your future after you just put down the gloves.
I don't really know. I'm curious also. At first, I have a 15-hour work shift at Monday, so that's the first thing, and then let's see what happens.
Daniel Stankovič, Max MMA, otázka na Žalgasa.
Question for Žalgas. During your fight, you were very close to finishing a few times, but never you made it quite happen. I would like to ask how important was to concentrate and keep concentrating during the fight when you knew the opponent, you knew him well, but you couldn't quite finish him. Sometimes, you know, a fighter doesn't finish his opponent and then loses concentration and can't quite win the fight. So, was it important for you? Did you even notice?
Я просто хотел показать красивый бой, да, поэтому я всегда дерусь до конца. Между мной и соперником разница в том, что я в каждом бою стремлюсь умереть больше, чем они стремятся жить.
No, chcel som len ukázať.
Well, I just wanted to show everything. And looking back, I have to say that there's a difference between me and my opponent. You know, I'm ready to die. Thank you. And a question for Paulus. Roman, during your career, you have gotten used to fighting in the lightweight. But I would like to ask, how did you feel during the fight, considering your strength and conditions?
Áno, tak ja som zápasil vlastne vo výzve som mal zápas 70,
Yes.
to bolo ten naposled, potom som zápasil
In the challenge I had a fight in 70 kilo division, but I, you know, was losing. I was not strong enough. It was hard for me. All my opponents who had like 77 kilos were better, so then I wanted to switch to bantamweight. Of course, it's still hard. It's a big weight cut, but I feel like I have a really strong strike. And if I have enough time to rest, I feel much better. Yes, it's a tough process, but I would say it was a good decision to switch. Right now, I would say that when everything is done right in the process, I have a little bit of a upper hand in these situations. And it's great for me.
Dámy a páni,
Thank you.
ďakujem pekne za otázky v tomto prvom kole.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your questions. We will continue with our press conference. And in a few minutes, we will see two fighters who will stand eye to eye, and they will tell us some interesting things. We will also see the winner of the title of the main fight, Buchinger. Good evening, and we will continue in a minute. Thank you.
Vítajte na pozápasovej press konferencii. Ešte predtým, než dojde druhá polovica.
Welcome to our press conference. We are back, and before we see the rest of the fight card, we will talk to these two fighters who will fight for the title at O2 Arena, Fleury and Vemola. And we will talk in English so that they understand each other.
Adam Solga, Deník Šport. My question for Carlos Vemola. So, what is the motivation to fight against Will Fleury?
Well, the motivation is simple. I've been staying ready. I've been training. I was hoping I'm gonna be fighting on this card, but Pirat got injured, and there was just the two questions of me giving up the belt and let someone else step in and me not fighting until Attila back. But I said to the guys, now got Pirat injured. Maybe Attila will get injured in summer. Hopefully not. Maybe I'm gonna get injured. Then I'm not gonna fight for 2 years. If you got anyone to fight me, I was talking about Kinsel. Then obviously I heard Will. He was saying like I wanna fight the guy who just lost in the 84 and making up excuses. I got to say two things. Will does deserve the title shot because he beat Skvor, he beat Langer, so he make his progress. But obviously I wanted the biggest fight possible for the fans, and the Kinsel will be the biggest possible fight. So it wasn't that I was ducking anyone, and that was my message basically saying to Ondra, he knows me for many years. Every time they call me, they give me opponent. There's no excuses. I never did have excuses. And I don't think even Will meant it. I think he just wanted the fight. So happy Christmas, mate. That's my present for you. You finally made it. You can come home and celebrate.
I'll call you Santi after I got the belt, yeah? Cheers,
no, you will not. You will get one present. You will get a title shot, but you will not get the belt, So that's for sure. That's my another motivation. He was asking about what's the motivation. I think it will be absolutely great if I'm gonna be making trilogy with Attila Vek, whenever they're gonna be, and I'm gonna be still coming as a champion, fighting Attila Vek as a still champion. I would hate to see just give up the belt and let someone else have it. I'm gonna keep it all the way, and then after I beat Attila Vek for second time, then I'm gonna finally retire.
Jiří Barta, MMA Věznovský. Mám otázku na Carlose.
Question for Carlos. How come did they get you and talked you into it? Why did you decide for O2 Arena and Christmas fight?
Well, in English, basically you're asking what was the reason to fight in O2. Well, the biggest reason is I'm in the camp right now, and I've been training. I spend a lot of time in training, and I feel I'm in shape and I'm ready. And I do feel like O2 Arena is going to be the biggest event of this year. Also, I believe in numbers. I fought in O2 Arena 6 times. 3 times I won, 3 times I lost. This one is going to be my lucky 7. I'm going to have 4 victories by the end of the year. That's definitely going to be, for me, the last time in O2 Arena, so I want to make it big. And this is right now, if Kinsel doesn't win it, that's probably the biggest fight possible because he did make his statement. He knocked out Langer, same as I did. He beat my training partner, Skvor. So out there is no one else who would, yes, Kinsel, I would prefer it all the way. I would even maybe make a catch weight for him, whatever, just to get the fucker and beat him for the first time. But it's not going to happen, and I understand his reasons. He just lost the fight. He had a car crash, blah, blah. He doesn't want it. So, yeah, Will Fleury is the biggest possible option. And the question was not just for me. It was for Ondra and Paolo as well. Do you want me in O2 Arena? And they said, yes, we want you in O2 Arena. So, yeah, I'll do it with anyone.
A ještě, co říkáš na to, že vlastně tvůj soupeř...
Also, what do you think about your opponent being caught doping?
Well, about the doping, what he had in the organization previous, there's a history. That's something what happened before. I mean, he had his chance, won the $1 million, and he fucked up. Now he's got his chance. He's having a title shot, and he will fuck up as well. He will not get the belt. So same story, really. But I don't want to listen from someone like him, even though he's a great fighter and I value his skills. He's big for the weight class. He got 2 great victories. But nobody's going to tell me I'm ducking anyone. I never ducked anyone. And bigger you are, harder you fall. I had a big opponents before. I fought Frankelstein in OKTAGON in Štvanice. It was a great fight. You know, he already fought someone from my team, London Shoot Fighters. He fought Norby. Norby knocked him out. You know, so he's great. He's got great skills, but nothing I haven't faced before. So even though he's great, he's not going to be telling me I'm ducking opponents or I'm hiding. I never hide from anyone. I fought all around the world, all the great opponents. And you know what? Let him something to say. I'm talking here all the time. Let him something. He was the one talking on internet, calling me a pussy and everything else. Fucking talk now.
Fucking worked, didn't it?
I mean, with all that said, Will, did you think you were actually going to be able to get the fight? Did you think it was going to be able to go over the line?
Up until this week, no. Like, I was calling him out constantly. It didn't make sense for this fight not to happen. He's talking about Kinsel being the biggest fight. Kinsel's never going to leave a legacy like I will in this sport. So in a couple of years, you'll see that I was the biggest fight you've ever had, mate. And look, like, you're talking about the motivation of this fight. It's not a personal thing with Carlos. Yeah, we had the ankle thing 10 years ago. You fucked up my ankle.
Listen.
You say you don't even remember this, yeah? You fucked up my ankle so bad that day. You didn't even come over and be like, you all right?
Honestly, I don't remember it. You ever been in my gym? And you saying I fucked up your ankle. So if
I was there for nearly a year,
but you realize,
you don't even fucking remember that.
I will fuck you up even more in the fight.
Mate.
You know, I didn't meant to hurt you in the training, but in the fight, I will hurt you. You know that?
Yeah, that's your job.
Okay, that's what I got to do. But years ago, if I did hurt you, I do apologize. I don't remember you ever was in my gym.
Shit happens. I've hurt people too.
Okay.
But it was the reaction.
I'm not going to apologize after hurting you, to arena. So that's how it is.
Do your best.
I mean, you mentioned the reaction there, Will. What was the reaction at the time?
Fuck all. It was like, boom, caught a good overhand, landed a solid shot, in on a single leg. I was bouncing on that one leg. He went to sweep it. I jumped over. Ankle crunched. I was like, fuck, bad pain, all that shit. Clenched my leg on the ground. Walks around, says nothing. Boys come in. They're like, fuck, he's pretty bad. You could see the swelling straight away. Cunt says nothing. It's literally like, what's the next guy? Somebody else around.
That's what you get when you deal with the beast, But I don't remember that. And I'm honestly sorry it did happen.
I went back to work on a building site later that day, yeah? I remember the fucking pain. I'm going to make you feel that come December 29th.
Where was that? Was that in London Shoot Fighters?
It was London Shoot, yeah. It was London Shoot.
Fucking hell. Well, I got too many hits in my head. See, I don't even remember, but it's a shame. People are not going to remember you after this fight. Now, you made it. You beat Skvor, you beat Langer. If you choose a bit easier fight, people would remember you. But after this fight, you're just going to be forgotten.
And when I knock the fuck out of the champion and you're lying up in the stars going, what the fuck just happened? I'll come over, I'll pat you on the back, and I'll be like, don't worry, mate. People are going to remember you because of me.
Nah, that's not I
mean, Carlos, you've trash talked with so many different fighters. What's it been like exchanging verbal insults with Will?
He said fuck all up until tonight. And in fairness, you're doing a pretty good job tonight. But man, there was deadly silence from this country.
Now, do you know
why? Because he didn't want the fucking fight.
Because when he was in Germany, he came up to me with a beer. Carlos, do you want a beer? He's such a nice guy outside of the camera.
I did, and why fuck? You came over and shook my hand. And look, fair play to you, come over and shake my hand.
As soon as he gets the camera on, he's talking. I understand he wanted to get this fight. But you talk so much shit because you honestly cannot believe I'm ducking anyone. Because I don't believe you have. We both warriors. We fight for fucking money. We fight for legacy. If they give me an opponent, I'll take it.
If you weren't ducking me, why the fuck didn't you respond to anything for 3 weeks?
Because I spoke to them.
Yeah,
and my legacy was to get the Kinsel fight. Because, sorry, mate, but that's my payday. That's my
you don't answer,
you
don't say anything. Some guy's calling you a bitch non-stop for 3 weeks, and you say fucking nothing. Looks like you don't want the fight to me.
Well, because from what you were saying, only you was the only one who believes I'm ducking. I never ducked anyone, and they know that.
Your behavior suggested you were ducking.
You know how many times they give me anyone, and I just said yes. They said, we got this and that. I said, you choose. I take anyone.
Look. You're
That's
here.
what I do.
I appreciate
that.
that.
I was waiting for
so the proof
you
is
got
in
to
the pudding
remember,
now.
I'm retiring soon, yeah? I want to get paid. I'm not going to get paid much for you,
really?
but I will be with
pleasure. You should get a new manager, mate. You should get your contracts negotiated properly. Listen, it's pretty fucking obvious I'm a beast and I'm a dangerous fight, all right?
You are not.
If you're not making money from this fight, you're a stupid fucker, like.
Last one for me, again, to Carlos. At the stadium in Prague, you had such a spectacular performance. You beat Vey. You could have run off into the sunset with an amazing victory. You didn't. Were you ever were you really going to retire, or were you always coming back?
No, I'm genuinely retiring after Attila Beck. But the thing is, one thing he's great at, and I cannot do, like, did you saw him tonight? He's fucking fat. He's massive. And he will come in the shape for the fight. I couldn't do it. Like, if I was like him, he's huge, He had a black top to make him look slimmer today. But I saw the weight on him. That's fucking unbelievable. and he will come and be in the shape. I cannot do it. And I said to the guys, like, if you want me to fight in summer, I have to do something in between. I even spoke to my coaches, just give me a wrestling match or boxing match or something to keep me in shape. Because if I'm going to be out of shape like Attila Veg is now, I would never come back. So he's great. He's fucking great. He put 30 kilos on them, he drops it, and he comes in the good shape. I can't do it. So this is in my head is, finish my career, beat Attila Veg twice. I'm going to be first guy in this world who beat him twice. Nobody else did. And I'm going to do that. But I have to stay in shape, and he's just part of the journey. Krzysztofic is out, so he's next. He's just one step on my way.
Okay, last two for these two gentlemen.
Na Vila otázku. Ty si chtěl zápasit už
Question for Will. You wanted to fight today, but is it convenient that it's in December because you have more time to do promo, weight cuts, and training?
From a promotional point of view, yeah, it is. But look, I'm not here to beat Carlos. I said this to Pavel on the podcast when I was in Birmingham. I signed with OKTAGON because I want to leave a legacy in this sport. These fights are part of that, but this is part of my legacy. When I get in there and I smash him December 29th, it's going to be the start of something beautiful. And I'm going to make that a fucking special night for me, for the fans, for everybody. But it's part of it. So, like, this thing with Carlos, he's like, oh, yeah, he's my warm-up fight for Attila. Mate, I'm the end of your fucking career.
Hold on. I'm not saying you are my warm-up fight.
That's the buzz you're giving off, mate.
I'm not cheeky.
Kinsel would have been a bigger fight. Fucking, I'm prepared
It would be a bigger fight for the fans. Believe it or not, it would be
he
fucking
isn't as fuck, mate.
big.
Every fan out there tonight was like, oh, you're going to smash that lad. And I'm here because I deserve to be here. Like you said, I smashed Langer, I smashed Kfor. Mate, I've done the business. I've gone in the fucking, the worst of situations, showed up with a broken hand, came in, performed. Showed up the last day fully fresh, minute and a half it took me.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not saying you have warm-up fight. I'm just saying on my journey, I have to stay active. I have to keep fit, and you fit perfectly. Kinsel don't want to fight. Krzysztof is injured, so you are next. I will beat you. I keep the belt, and then I fight with Attila Veg. And when I retire, you probably eventually, I generally think you are going to be the one who's going to take the belt after me because there's no one really worrying you in this division. So you're probably going to be the next champion, but you have to wait another year, mate.
I think for your legacy, you should have retired.
It's probably going to be, it's going to be next
This
year.
isn't going to do you any favors, mate.
And I'm doing it for that as well, because if I would retire, I would listen for years. He retired because he didn't want to fight me. No, fuck that. I will fight you. Then I retire. And then you get the
Fair folks.
Next year.
No, that's a man's attitude. Fair folks to you.
Last one.
Já úplně poslední vlastně na Ondru i na Karlosi kombinovaně padá tady jméno
Last
Kinsel.
question for Carlos and Ondra. You've been talking about Kinsel. Was that your plan A for O2 Arena, and how close did you get to negotiating that fight? Why did it not work out? Why did it end up being Will Fleury?
Yeah, that was because it's obvious that for Carlos' legacy and for everyone of us from Czechoslovak Republic, that is the biggest fight. Sorry, Will, but I was calling you not week before, but more than 10 days ago, whatever. And I told you, like, for us, that was the reason why we were waiting for Patrick, but because of the lost what he got and also the car accident, there was many things going through his head. So it's up to him. But once he said, like he said to me, I have to go to the doctors, and was still postponing, and finally he said, okay, I'm out. Then I questioned those two guys if they are ready still for Bratislava, but it was too far away. So finally we have to do it in O2 Arena. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Kinsel may be the biggest fight right now. Long term, Will fucking Fleury is going to be the biggest guy who's ever been in this promotion. I'm the best fighter that's ever been here. And I'll show you that over the years.
Will fucking Fleury, Carlos Terminator Vemola. Thank you very much.
OKTAGON returns to Munich. This time we'll be at the brand new and most modern arena in Europe. It's here that you'll witness the iron-fisted Alexander Ironside Popek.
Popek is back!
Challenge another German striker, Mark Ducis.
Prežil neskutočné, vrátil sa a vyhral.
Who has the blood of Greek warriors coursing through his veins.
To je blázen ten chlap.
5 years undefeated and with 11 consecutive wins under his belt. Hatif Boss Moel
Oh my goodness, looking for the finish!
will head to Munich to defend his Octagon heavyweight title. Few men destroy their opponents as thoroughly as the boss.
Tak to bylo trafené.
Daniel Skvor will be flying the flag for the Czech Republic in his duel against French star Jorik Montagnac.
Oh wow! Dropped him there, that's it!
Come and see Europe's greatest MMA league in action. Octagon 64, Popek vs. Ducis. December 7th, SAP Garden, Munich, and live on octagon.tv.
Vítajte pri druhej časti welcome to the second part of the press conference after Octagon 63. Like we were expecting that this tournament would be great. It absolutely delivered. Fights was amazing, and I think we all enjoy the whole evening. It was quite rough, so we had some injuries, so maybe you are curious about the status of some fighters. So Maguire, he has 4 stitches on his lip. Fodor, he has like broken ankle. Aaron AB, he has 8 stitches on his head, and Amadi has 4 ones on your eyebrows. So otherwise, fighters are great, and we can go to the tip sport performance of the night.
Yeah, tip sport performance of the night. Many of the fighters deserve this, but only one survived 2 deaths. So it's going to Ivan Buki Buchinger. Congratulations.
Já začnu s Ivanem, gratuluju, nebo se ptát na bonus, ale...
Let me start with Ivan. Congratulations. Before the fight you said you're not 100% fit, but I understand that you thought that the atmosphere here in Bratislava will help you get the win. Yeah, I wasn't 100%, but it's in me, you know. If they woke me up right now, I'd be ready to fight. I'm always ready to fight. The fans, the walkout, oh my God, that was amazing. It gave me so much energy. I was really looking forward to seeing the fans, to fighting in that cage, in the middle of the arena. I was really happy to be able to fight here in Bratislava again. It was a brutal fight. We saw Nafuka's last fight and we were expecting wrestling, but how difficult was it in the last round? There were 2, you were knocked down at least twice. How difficult was it for you? Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting this, really. I was just thinking, wow, the lights on the ceiling, okay. And then I thought, I need to get back into the fight so that he doesn't keep hunting me down. For a few seconds I didn't know where I was, but then I returned back to the fight. And at the end of the round I saw that I'm safe, and that Nafuka was really tired. And if I get to the second round, I'll get him. A question to Ondřej. I can't forget what Apollo said after his fight. I saw you discussing something at the cage. So what did you talk about there? There were some laughs as well. So what's next? No, I don't want to comment on that. Thank you. Next question. Romanov, Despain, and Nascimento stopped their contracts in UFC. Are you interested in these guys? Could you tell me that? Are you in talks with them, for example? To be completely honest, we talked about one of those names, so we did discuss that, but there were no phone calls or direct contact yet. Right now, we have a lot on our plates. We had a lot of work with all of these events, and I'd like to thank everyone who was here working today, for all the fighters who showed up, even for the short notices or for planned fights. And they really delivered. Octagon is always fun. Even if the card doesn't look the best, we always deliver. This is the most difficult sports business, because until the last day, you never know if all the fighters can make the fight. And you feel with the fighters who cannot, you feel with the fans who are looking forward to the huge matches, and you're trying to give them the best. So this tournament was very difficult for us in that regard. But we showed once again that Octagon is always fun, and that's great. And one more question. Today there was a trailer for Fight Night Challenge. There's a lot of tournaments at the end of the year. Did you communicate this with the other organizations? It's a new organization, so did you discuss this with them? Well, the way I see it, let everyone do what they want to do, but let them pay for it. I can't really discuss it much further. This is what we say at Baník, at my football team. You can be a fan of whoever you want, but you have to pay for it. Let anyone do what they want, but they need to bear the consequences. It is a weird thing to do from their part. It's a weird decision from the O2 Arena. I criticized it. We will definitely be talking about this with the management of the O2 Arena. But the business here in Czechoslovakia is very saturated. We have 20 different organizations trying to do something. Sometimes it's almost, funny, but it's a free market. So let them do whatever they want. We are on the market also. Sometimes it plays into our game, sometimes it doesn't, and we need to sort that out. A question for Ivan Buchinger. Congratulations on your win. After the fight, you left your gloves in the middle of the octagon, so we were afraid. Are you thinking about retirement? Is that true that maybe at 38, are you thinking about retirement, or is that far in the future? Thank you very much. I put them there to shock people in the arena just a little bit, but I'm not planning to retire yet because I feel good. I didn't really know what was next for me until I got the new fight, and I was really looking forward to it. I'm really happy I could fight here in Bratislava. I don't want to stop just yet, but that moment is slowly approaching, the body doesn't work as well as it used to. It works great, but it doesn't regenerate as well as it used to.
So your thoughts in the first round, you was better, Ivan sustained very hard punches, so what went in your head?
So, ich will es einfach nicht sagen, aber ich sage einfach mal so, ich wurde müde. In der zweiten Runde ist einfach
Well, I was tired. That's what it was.
Ivan war dann einfach der bessere Mann.
And the second round I was also tired. Ivan was better in the end. I respect him as a fighter, and I respect him for that. I have a question for Robo Pukac. Congratulations for the win in front of the home crowd. You overstruck a fighter from Glory. And what about your leg? You really took a lot of damage to your front leg. Thank you very much for the congratulations. Well, the leg really hurts. What can I say? Did you notice it in the fight? Well, paradoxically, my corner was warning me, but I think I can really take a lot of these low kicks, if it's not a calf kick right on the bone or right on the nerve. So I can really withstand a lot on my leg. In the fight, yeah, they were warning me, they were telling me that in my corner, but it was never too much. I wasn't gonna switch guards, I really felt it. Each hit hurt a little bit more. But after the fight, it felt fine, but right now, it's madness. Honestly, I wanted the bonus to buy a new leg. Oh my god, just amputate it. You were just joking about this with my friends, like, you know, I could really use that bonus, but Ivan once again took the bonus. Well, what can I do? It's true that if it wasn't for Ivan, you would have taken away that bonus. Well, yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. Well, he won't give you a single cent from that bonus, I'm sure about that. I'd like another question for Robo Pukac. A win after 2 years in Octagon, especially in front of the home crowd. So how would you rate this win in your career? What does it mean for you? Well, it's a huge win for me. When they gave me the chance to change my opponent, they said, Amare Diedrich, I remember his knockout from a different match, and I knew he is a striker. He was in glory as well. I thought, whew, damn, I'm not in that part of my career when I can just say, well, maybe not this. I just had to take the fight. And it's not in me. I was never a picky fighter. I said, sure, I'll do it. But yeah, it was difficult. I was afraid. So I took the fight a month in advance, but I felt really good. I had a good mental setup, and I really believed in myself that I could actually win. It went differently in the end, but yeah, well, I'm really happy it actually went the way it did. But Amari is a great guy. He's a gentleman. He's a great human being. I didn't know him before, but I like the guy, you know? Oh, he really gave me some incredible shots, but I'm really happy I won in the end. One more question to Karol Ryshavi. We can see you have a bandage on your hand. So, what's going on there? Well, it's not broken. It's just badly hit. So they put a bandage on it, but it's nothing serious. At least I think so. Yeah, just to be sure they put a bandage on it, but if it doesn't, you know, go away, I'll go for a checkup, but yeah.
Considering the fight, both of you had amazing performance. The tempo was very high. And we could all see that you were kind of losing the tempo a little bit. So what did you think about that? I wouldn't say that the start was too high energy from me. I don't know if he was in his skin, but I just wanted the finish to be high. So I was very surprised how much he took from me and held on. So I really respect him. But you know, today you won't find a sadder person in this arena. But fans were absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed the fight. You know, my heart wanted to do it, my brain wanted to do it, my mind, but my body betrayed me. You know, he had a really good defense, quick reactions, and I think that's what lost the fight. And last question for you. This was your premiere in this weight division. How did you feel? Yeah, I felt great. I felt amazing, actually. I had no issue with the weight. And that's why even more so. I have really bad mood right now. I need to rest, enjoy my family, and focus on something else than just wait. Ondro and Pavel also know about this. It was hard, but I'm glad that fans liked this fight and enjoyed it. And that's just how it goes sometimes.
Daniel Stankovič, Max MMA, otázka na Roba Pukača.
Question for Robo Pukač.
Pred tvojim oktobrovým zápasom
Robo,
si mal za sebou, čo sa týka
before October fight, you had a little bit of a tough time. And on social media, you maybe read some trash talk about you, some bad articles about you. But you were strong and continued your progress. And now we are sitting here after you fought an amazing opponent and you won. So how did you feel about that? Was it hard? And was it, a good feeling overcoming this hard time in your life when you were doing everything you could, but you still could not win? Did you think I have to continue and it will come to me? It will come back? You know what? It's a cliche, but yeah. I just had to continue. The older I get, the more I get more human and we are friends of each other and stuff like that. A lot of people root against you, I feel like. People root for success. But I feel like most people don't do anything. And then when somebody is winning, they want to take a piece of that and enjoy it. So when they see that, they love it. But when you lose sometimes, they say you are washed and you know what. So after all these years, and thanks to OKTAGON, I feel like I've learned how to work with this. I do my own thing, I try really hard, and I just don't care about this crap. Yeah, you know what, that's just what makes me me right now. Now I'm in a really good mood and I'm looking forward to other things in my life. And you know what, then maybe I'll lose some time and people will say I'm crap again. So yes, right now it's good emotions. For me, I'm feeling great. But sometimes bad times come too. But you know what, tomorrow I think it's going to be a good day. And of course, if I really went deeper, this was a really tough opponent and it's a huge W for me. I'm very happy with my performance and I will continue to do great things. An amazing feeling for me. Thank you.
Mám otázku na Amariho Didrika.
Question for Amari.
Amari, keby si mohol zhodnotiť
Amari, if you could talk about your fight from your POV. What went wrong in this match? Why did you not succeed today?
I don't know, he just rose to the occasion. I think a lot of people counted him out. You know, they look at me as a top striker, but he outstruck me. Look at my face. He punched my face in, I kicked his leg off, so I don't know, he just rose to the occasion and I didn't. I don't know, maybe I crumbled a little bit, you know, and I just let him have his way and I just didn't do what I should have done. But can't cry, take the loss like a man, we go again. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, okay, yeah, make this excuse, that excuse. No, he beat me fair and square and that's it, we go again and that's it, you know. I'm new in my MMA career and I just keep fighting these top guys. I'm not going to be someone that's just going to fight bums and cans at the end of the day. I'm made to fight guys that have had 30 fights, 20 fights, and that's what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You just got to take it on the chin and we go again. It's that simple.
Ďakujem.
Darius Netkieska. Takže prvá otázka by bola na Bukiho.
Question for Buki.
Možno už pomaly odložíš tie rukavice.
You said maybe you are heading towards retirement, but there are some fights in your future. Do you have any names you want to see? No, never. I never have any names. Whoever comes will come. You know what? But I really need a break right now. I really need it. I was KO'd, and you know, right now I just really need a break, and then we will see what happens.
Ďakujem. Second
Thank you.
question is for Mate and Apollo. It's like also for the organizers. Even though they fought good, but is it a possibility that this match was a decider of their future in Octagon?
From my point of view, no.
So there is a possibility Mate gonna get some new matches in the future.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I like.
And also, Mate, how do you feel about the fight?
I feel pretty good. You know, like I think before the fight, you know, somebody was asking like who was my best opponent. Now I would say like it was Apollo. You know, I really felt in the first round the routine that he had, and I would say I'm really happy that I could get used to it and come back in the second round and in the third round. Also, you know, I had the fight in March, and I really tried to pursue another fight. So I was, I think, making Andre crazy, asking questions, who can I fight, and finally, you know, Apollo told that he's ready, just in 80 kilogram, and I was like, okay, you know, I wanted to fight like all year. I will not say no for this opportunity. So I came here, I did my best, and this evening this was enough.
Ja by som sa ešte spýtal otázku na Gyoniho Palokaja.
Question for Palokai. It was a hard fight, especially the first round. Karol said he almost had you. So how did you see this situation?
Was soll ich sagen? Hört man mich? Für mich war eigentlich jede Runde so irgendwie
What can I say?
Am Anfang konnte er immer gut gegenhalten, aber ich fand
For me, each round was quite chaotic, but I think that takedowns from my part were really great, and I was in control. So that's all I want to say. Question for Apollo. We've talked about the talk after the fight. Is something typical? Were you talking about it with Ondra? Why did you decide to go to Ondra after the fight?
I just let inside the cage my message. I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna, if Octagon wanna to get a conversation with me, let's speak, you know. That's it.
Okay.
Anybody else? Those guys back there. Can you send the microphone there, please? Thank you, guys.
Ja mám otázku na Ondra s Pálom. Dneska bola oznámená titulová obhajoba.
Today you've announced the title fight.
Zaujíma ma, že týmto pádom Carlos
and does it mean that Carlos and Pirat won't have a rematch? Yes, of course.
Jako takhle. Je to Carlos.
You know what? It's Carlos. So there's never anything definitive. But this year, that's it. As you know, Pirat is hurt. He is really hurt. Next year, of course, you know, I won't announce anything, but we are preparing another fight in 84 kilos. That's a huge challenge for Pirat, but he would have to work really hard to make it. And Vemola just wants 2 fights in his career, and Flory will be a really tough opponent. Also, I'm interested in another situation because We have Paradiser, Slovak champion, and he talked about huge arenas and amazing atmosphere. You have amazing events in Frankfurt, for example. So can we see a future of that in Slovakia? Do you mean Rony? Yes, because I was thinking about our own Slovak champion Rony, so I thought maybe we could have a bigger event for him. You know what? Right now we are not planning that. Of course, never say never. So it would be amazing. We would love that. Of course, the fans here would deserve it. But right now, we do not see it happening in the near future. It makes more sense to do these things in different places. You know what? One day it might happen. And you don't like sports in Slovakia, do you know that? Yeah, I've noticed. You're raising taxes. You are telling me like it's my fault. It's not my fault. Yeah, I know you voted for. I'm just joking. Of course. But yeah, the situation in Slovakia is quite dire for sports and culture. And we also had this huge fight that was cancelled. So I have a question. If we will see this fight, is it still relevant? Yes. Vážeňák got an offer, and I was super surprised that his manager declined. It was a fight, and we guaranteed that he would be in Game Changer no matter what, no matter the outcome. And we see both of them heading there, so yeah.
Ešte mám otázku na Ivana Buchingera.
Also a question for Buchinger.
Koľko rokov má podľa teba zápasník, ktorý je už starý?
What do you think? How many years? How old is an old fighter?
To som už ja asi.
That's me, I guess. 40 maybe.
Neviem, poviem pravdu, neviem.
I don't know. Age is just a number. That's what I would say too. If you feel great, then you can fight.
Mike Tyson má 58 let.
Yeah, Mike Tyson is 58.
No a ide sa byť v niečom, čo by sa dalo označiť ako stále poloprofesionálny zápas možno? Rovnako ako vec, že bežali na obrazovkách teda Fight Night Challenge reklamy, respektíve
there was some ads for challenge and stuff like that. Because Ondra was talking about all these different organizations. How do you see these organizations? Yeah, the same.
Prečo tie promá?
But why do you have these ads?
Ešte na Roba Pukača.
And also for Pukač.
Robko, dáme titul?
What about the title, Robko?
Už takto na tým nerozmýšľam, že teraz...
I'm not thinking about that. I have a W right now, so I'm happy with that. We have to take it step by step, and I am not fit enough for it, so I really have to take it slowly. Right now, I'm feeling great in training and in fights. So I will wait for the different opponents, interesting fights for this organization. But right now, I am not looking toward it. I am calm right now and not looking forward to it. But
anybody else? Or we are going home?
Ja chcem len podotknúť, že Eva Erdeliová má zajtra v Uzbekistane.
Eva Erdeliová has a fight in Uzbekistan tomorrow, and it's about a gold medal, so please support her. That's just one thing I wanted to mention. We do support Erdeliová, and we wish her all the best.
Good luck, Eva. Thank you all the guys. Congratulations to the winners. Thank for the incredible fights, and we will see you in Munich, December.
Octagon returns to Munich. This time we'll be at the brand new and most modern arena in Europe.
That's it!
It's here that you'll witness the iron-fisted Alexander Ironside Popek
is back!
challenge another German striker, Mark Ducis.
Prežil neskutočné, vrátil sa a vyhral.
Who has the blood of Greek warriors coursing through his veins.
To je blázen ten chlap.
5 years undefeated and with 11 consecutive wins under his belt. Hatif Boss Moel
Oh my goodness, looking for the finish!
will head to Munich to defend his Octagon heavyweight title. Few men destroy their opponents as thoroughly as the boss.
Ak to bolo trafené.
Daniel Skvor will be flying the flag for the Czech Republic in his duel against French star Yorick Montagnac.
Oh, wow! Dropped him there, that's it!
Come and see Europe's greatest MMA league in action. Octagon 64, Popek versus Ducis. December 7th, SAP Garden, Munich, and live on OKTAGON.tv.